Connor Mellon will jump it up against Tyson Parks. And we'll get underway here at John Field Gymnasium. And the tip is controlled by Galesburg. After a fast jump, Galesburg was ever to win the tap. Ethan Meeker has it on the wing. Now they work it right wing and get it to Grant Gibson. Hit high post to Meeker. Thought about a three. Doesn't pull the trigger. Now dribble drive down the middle of the lane. Gets to Gibson. Gibson on a dribble drive. Stumbles a bit. Turns. Wants to shoot. Off balance leaner's no good. And a foul on Barnell Thomas. That was a bailout call by the official there.
Well, I was sort of watching our TV guy here, so I missed it. I'll pay more attention.
Thomas had Gibson get him off his feet just a little bit. And Thomas was off balance a little bit defensively. Not a whole lot of contact, but enough contact that they called the foul. And Grant Gibson gets the first point of the game. An interesting fact here, Matt. Grant Gibson has attempted 55 free throws coming into this game. Quincy as a team has shot 61.
Holy cow.
Gibson makes both free throws, gives Galesburg a 2-0 lead. Here's Lincoln Abbeywood. First Blue Devil possession. Has it top of the key. Shades to right wing. Now high post to Connor Mellon. Back to Lincoln Elby, right side of the offense. Elby goes left wing to Zach Burry. Burry guarded by Meeker. Gets his, back to midcourt to Lincoln Elby. Cross court to Burry. Left wing. Down in the corner, Cameron Gay looking for Mellon down on the low post. Tries to go middle of the post, and it's knocked away to Elby. Now wide open by Thomas. Shot put up, no good. Rebound taken down by Tyson Parks. Parks got in Barnell Thomas's head a little bit there. Here's a dribble drive down the baseline. It's laid up and in with a finger roll by number 15, Denzel Jones. 4-0 Galesburg leads. Here's Lincoln Elby. Tries to drive. Gets cut off. Takes it back to the top of the key. Gets to Connor Mellon high post. Back to Lincoln Elby. 4-0 Galesburg. We played 68 seconds. Elby fades towards right wing along the volleyball line. And what do we have? A 5-second call.
He wasn't even warned. That was correct, but normally they have their hands out, meaning it's okay, or they start counting. I didn't even see him count, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
And the defender
was more than an arm's length away.
Yeah, he was more of a body length away than an arm's length. So a turnover gives Galesburg the ball. Streaks lead at 4-0. Here's Gibson along the baseline. Gets it down on the box. Power dribble and going up strong and missing the layup. Well, it's Tyson Parks. Quincy comes down with the rebound. Lincoln Elby has it. Elby has it center of the floor. Crosses over to the left wing. Dribble drive cut off. Picks up his dribble. Floats a pass out to Burry up the sideline. Burry will hand it back to Lincoln Elby, and Devils reset. 4-0. Galesburg leads. Elby whips it underneath. Wide open Mellon. Turns the score.
Good look by Lincoln Elby right there. And Connor Mellon was wide open, waiting for it, and drove right to the basket.
4-2, Galesburg leads. Meeker with it left wing. Crosses over, drives baseline, takes it all the way underneath and stuffed on the baseline out of bounds to Quincy.
And good defense by Cameron Gay right there, too, to force that. He took that baseline away, and the only step that he had was out of bounds, so Blue Devil possession.
Elby will walk it up. We played just over 2 minutes of this contest. 4-2, Galesburg leads. Elby with it right wing, looking underneath, goes high post to Barnell Thomas, top of the key. Left wing now to Zach Burry. Burry looks underneath, nothing there. One dribble, back to Elby, right side of the offense. Elby, one dribble, stops, cross-court pass to Burry. Right back to Elby, right side, near midcourt. Elby calls out the offensive set. Wants Gay to come get the ball. Cameron Gay does. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Burry. Now left wing Barnell Thomas, free throw line extended. Top of the key now Burry. Fumbles the pass, loses it. Still loose, picked up. And a hit ahead pass to Parks, who will go up two-handed and lay it in.
I don't think that he tried to dunk it, but I don't think he got enough oomph out of his legs on it.
Turnover by Quincy leads to a layup for Galesburg. 6-2, the Streaks lead it. Elby right side dribble. Gets punched in the eye by Ethan Meeker. Meeker went for a flash at the ball and poked Lincoln Elby right in the eye. Here's Cameron Gay, top of the key. Dribble drive from foul. A blocking foul called on Denzel Jones. First Galesburg foul of the game.
And what's crazy about it, now one referee has asked him, it was right there in front of him. He keeps rubbing that eye. Rubbing it ain't going to make it better. Don't make it worse.
Burry inbounds to Connor Mellon, now to Lincoln Elby. Elby still blinking his eye, trying to get the vision back. Crosses over on Devin Ross. Fades to the far sideline in front of Galesburg's bench. Now gets it to Burry, who will dribble towards midcourt and reset the offense. Left wing Lincoln Elby. Elby will dribble across from left to right, still having problems with that eye. Looks underneath, nothing there. Gets it to Cameron Gay, free throw line extended right wing. Back up top to Lincoln Elby, wants a high post screen. Thomas comes, sets a screen, not much of one. Elby has it. Looking to cross over, pitches it back to Zach Burry. Burry on the dribble drive. Fadeaway jumper from 14 is good.
Nice strong move to the basket. Pulled up, hit a nice little jumper inside the lane, Zach Burry.
6-4, Galesburg leads it. 4:15 left to go, first quarter. Devin Ross will bring it up. Bounce pass finds Denzel Jones, who gets it to Meeker. Meeker gets it to Gibson. Three-pointer, top of the key by Gibson's good.
He is smooth.
Came off a screen, and the Devils didn't fight through it. 9-4, excuse me. Galesburg leads by 5. Under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Elby gets it to Barnell Thomas. He goes left wing to Burry, middle of the floor now to Elby. Gets a screen from Mellon. Elby hesitates. Gets it to Cameron Gay in the corner. Gay looking underneath, nothing there. Dribbles towards the wing, gets it to Thomas, high post. Now to Zach Burry, left wing. Burry dribbles across, gets to Cameron Gay. Gay will hand it off to Lincoln Elby, and the Devils will reset. 9-4, Galesburg leads. 3:30 left to go first quarter. Elby, ball fake, gets his man in the air, gets to Burry, center of the floor, back to Elby. Elby will reset the offense again. Elby dribbles towards right wing, looks underneath, fires to 3, and it's in and out, no good. Tyson Parks all alone for the rebound for Galesburg. Outlet to Meeker, far sideline. 2 Devils waiting at the scorer's table. Meeker on a dribble drive, gets cut off, puts it in the middle of the lane, and what do we have? Charge on Ethan Meeker.
Nice job by Connor Mellon, getting there, planting that feet, and taking it right for the team, right there underneath the own basket, because who's the big boy underneath for 34?
Tyson Parks.
Tyson Parks had a nice easy layup if there was no foul call.
Tyson Parks, who's averaging 6.5 points, but 9 rebounds per game.
Yeah, he's got a wide body.
Luka Radovich is in, and Jacob Job is in as well. Job has it, left wing, high post to Barnell Thomas. Underneath the Radovich, knocked away, right back to Barnell Thomas. Gay has it now. Center of the floor to Elby. Elby tried to shovel it underneath and is kicked by Devin Ross. So Quincy Ball on the near sideline.
Well, if Luka wasn't warmed up before he came in here, he's warmed up now because it's been nothing but elbows and butts into each other down on that low post.
Gay will inbound it into backcourt to Lincoln Elby. Ross started to pressure, now backs off to midcourt. 9-4, Galesburg leads. Elby left wing to Jacob Job. Center of the floor, Cameron Gay. Gay hits Elby coming off the screen. Elby on a dribble drive, gets it back to Cameron Gay. Now near corner, it's Job. Up top to Lincoln Elby. Elby wants players to move. Elby trying to direct traffic, gets it, throws it away, trying to hit Job, flashing to the corner. Meeker has to steal. Meeker on a drive, double team. Hands it off to Gibson, they'll fake the handoff, now it's Ross on a baseline drive, his layup is good.
Yeah, as good as the defense was last time down court, we just didn't get that foot out of bounds and drive to the basket and an easy layup.
11-4, Galesburg leads. Another turnover by Quincy leads the points for Galesburg. Underneath Luka Radovich. Dribbles, lost it, got it back and scores.
A double dribble, but I think it went off the Galesburg player. I'd like to see Luka just continue to do that. He's working very hard since he's come into the game. Harder than the last game that I saw him play, and that's good.
Ross yo-yos up the center of the floor. High post to Tyson Parks. Now right wing to Grant Gibson. Devils double team Gibson to get him to get rid of the ball. Now it's Meeker off a curl, all the way through the paint, puts it up, got fouled, no call, and Job has the rebound for Quincy. Outlet to Lincoln Elby. Elby down the court, gets it to Gay near corner. Gay looking underneath, has Radovich wide open high post, but doesn't give him the ball. Now Radovich gets it, right back to Lincoln Elby, right side of the offense on the perimeter. Elby backs it up and resets the offense. 11-6, Galesburg leads. 85 seconds left, first quarter. Thomas catches high post, goes to Job on the wing. Middle of the floor now, Elby. Ball fake penetrate. Lincoln Elby all the way to the baseline. Has to dribble out of that. Has Radovich on the blocks. Gets it to Radovich. Studies himself. Goes up. Got fouled, no foul. Goes up again. Gets fouled, no foul. Cameron Gay has the weak side rebound for Quincy. Pass pass to Thomas. 12-footers on the way good.
Nice job, Barnell. I like the way Lucas stuck with that, too. Even though he got hammered both times he went up. Obviously, they're going to let him play a little bit. Hopefully down on our defensive end, it's the same way.
Under a minute to play first quarter, 11-8, Galesburg leads. Meeker gets across the timeline with a pass, and they hand it off to Gibson. Gibson, little hook pass, finds the receiver, drives baseline, reverse layup is short, and Lincoln Elby has the rebound for Quincy as Denzel Jones missed the reverse layup. Elby up the middle of the floor with 40 seconds left first quarter. Elby looking for room down in the blocks, backs out his dribble, and will set the offense. Picks up his dribble, gets to Barnell Thomas. Thomas wanted to go to Job, was cut off. Thomas dribbles across, gets it right wing to Lincoln Elby. Parks and Radovich really leaning on each other down on the blocks. Now they clean it up. Elby has it middle of the floor. Devils will hold for the final shot. Quincy will have the first possession of the second quarter. Unless there's a jump ball here in the final 15 seconds. Galesburg leading 11-8. Job catches on the wing. Looks. Right back Lincoln Elby, center of the floor. Elby on a dribble drive. Left-hand lope. It's no good. Rebound belongs to Gibson along the baseline. Fires it ahead to Jones. Jones with...
Yes, he did.
And turn it over.
I mean, you could almost see his eye. He saw just a little space, but he just carried that ball way too high as the Devils have 1 second to go to the length of the court.
Denzel Jones looked up and realized he had less time than he thought and stepped twice and then dribbled. Got called for the carry. So 1 second left. Zach Burry, who's just checked back into the game, will inbound middle of the Quincy bench. Elby on the fly. One dribble. Fire. No good. Short and a little bit to the left. We played 1 quarter. It's 11-8. Quincy trails Galesburg. Back in 60 seconds on 103.9 The Fox.
A loved one passes on, and for a moment, time seems to stand still.
My husband was my whole world. We spent so much time together.
Making funeral arrangements is never easy. We can help you create a ceremony with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
What's a podiatrist? A foot doctor. A foot doctor? I didn't know there was such a thing. There is. 25 years ago, I started out with a business plan and a dream. I went to 3 area banks. First Bankers Trust said it was great, and they asked me if I wanted more money than what I was asking for. But that was the start of my relationship with First Bankers Trust. My dreams have come true.
First Bankers Trust, your bank of dreams.
Let's start the second quarter. Blue Devils trail Galesburg 11-8. Tim and Matt with you from John Field Gymnasium in Galesburg. And right away, the Blue Devils don't run the right play. Radovich catches high post. Right wing to Zach Burry.
You noticed that too.
And what do we have underneath? A pushing foul as the defender in the post with Connor Mellon.
Denzel Jones.
Denzel Jones called for the foul. His second, team's third.
A lot of banging down there, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Burry looking to inbound. Baseline left to the basket. Floats it into Radovich. Radovich had Mellon on a curl cut. Missed him. Radovich gets it to Elby, right back to Radovich, mid-post working on Gibson. Nice drop step by Radovich. Jump hook is no good. Weak side rebound, Mellon, put back, rolls out, gets his own rebound, goes up strong, and it drops in.
Another way to stay with it, Connor. Connor Mellon worked hard for that bucket.
There's something the Blue Devils can use all game long, Matt. Second chance opportunities, especially you know at the offensive end. Here's Devin Ross on a dribble drive from the wing, gets to the paint, fires it in the corner. Here's a dribble drive by Denzel Jones all the way to the basket. His reverse layup is good without using the backboard.
And he's done that twice. That's one for two doing that. He sees that baseline, he's giving an inch, he goes right through there.
13-10, Galesburg leads. We played almost a minute of the second quarter. Job hits Radovich high post, floats it past to Mellon. Mellon, one dribble, goes up, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, goes up, scores. 6 points for Connor Mellon. And it's a 13-12 Galesburg lead. Gibson in transition, guarded by Burry, crosses over, spins in the paint. Gibson underneath, and it's tipped away and saved right to Galesburg's Ethan Meeker. Mellon had the ball down in the paint, but couldn't control it. Now the Blue Devils steal it away. A lot of contact, no foul called, and the Blue Devils get the turnover. Left wing Job, underneath Radovich, turns in the paint, bodies up, jump hook's good. Quincy takes the lead, timeout, Galesburg.
See, he's going to take a full timeout. You want commercial or you want to talk?
Let's take a commercial. We'll take a 1 minute break. Quincy is taking the lead, 14-13 on Galesburg. Back in 60 seconds on 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
42nd 1-minute timeout, and Grant Gibson hits a 17-footer from the left wing, and Galesburg retakes the lead 15-14, 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Mellon whips it underneath the Radovich, left-hand hook, won't go down. Rebound, and they're going to call Connor Mellon for over the back.
Yeah.
But you'll take that foul every day and every hour of every day. Crashing the boards, Connor Mellon aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff to let go to call that was just good aggressive toward the boards.
Luka Radovich made a nice move with the left hand. He just can't get the ball to drop for him here tonight. 15-14. Now Gibson with another spin move. Shot put up, no good. Rebound's tipped out to Jacob Joe. Gets to Elby in transition. 15-14, Galesburg leads. Here's Elby with it. Fans to the right wing. Looks underneath. Goes right wing to Burry. Right back to Elby. Elby calls out the offensive play. Lincoln Elby with it. Looking underneath. Goes high post to Luka Radovich. High low to Mellon. Works perfectly for the left-hand layup.
You are exactly right. That was a perfect play. They are attacking the inside like you talked about with their game that they, who was that, Decatur?
Decatur MacArthur.
Just banged it on the inside, and our last 5 possessions have been that.
16-15, Quincy leads. Meeker coming off the screen, gets to the high post to Tyson Parks, who's checked back in, and now a hand check foul called on Zach Burry with Gibson trying to penetrate.
I love the defense, and he pushed, I would call a push off on him because he doesn't like to be guarded that close. It was great defense by Zach Burry.
Gibson will leave inbound at the end of the Quincy bench. 16-15, Quincy leads, 5:07 left to go, second quarter. Ross catches on the left wing. High post, he hits Meeker, sets his feet for a three and buries it. First basket of the game for Ethan Meeker is a three. Gives Galesburg an 18-16 lead. Here's Elby with it, right side of the offense, looking underneath, cross court to Jacob Joe. Right back to Lincoln Elby, right side of the offense, gets a pass to Radovich in the paint, drop step, bodies up, goes up strong, and gets the offense
job, that was nice.
Was patient with his post move, Matt.
Very much so.
And had Tyson Parks coming from the weak side to try and swat it, and Parks couldn't get there. Now here's a dribble drive by Ross. His floater goes off the rim, no good, tipped out of bounds to Quincy.
I'll take it.
I thought Mellon knocked it out.
Yes, I did, and then I'll take it.
Radovich checks out, Thomas in, Job checks out, Cameron Gay in. And here's where lung capacity plays a part, Matt, because Luka Radovich, sometimes if it's a lot of end-to-end action, you just can't go end-to-end for a lot of trips.
Well, you got the other big guys. Connor Mellon's having a good night as he gets it on the inside, just misses the baby hook.
Well, with the jump hook along the baseline, it wouldn't fall for him, and Galesburg has the rebound. Gibson in transition, guarded by Barnell Thomas. Crosses over, pushes off, and he finds a new sub for Galesburg. We'll get his name in just a moment. Now Thomas called for a body check, if you will.
And I'm watching the bench, the coaches, and Tom Lepper and Chris Harmon and Doug Bruner all did the exact same motion. As he's driving, he's taking his hand and pushing that defender away, and they're calling a reach on us. I mean, and then Coach Taylor's working him now, but it's true. That's exactly what he does.
Foul on Barnell Thomas is his second, team's fourth. Logan Davis is in the game for Galesburg. He catches top of the key, right wing to Devin Ross. Ross, as Galesburg runs the offense, and an illegal screen called on Galesburg. And that might be Tyson Parks, and that'll be his third.
Yeah, and he does that. I've been watching him. He's got to play football. There's no doubt in mind that he plays football because he pushes down, he leans into him.
I'm sorry, that's first on Tyson Parks. Denzel Jones is the player with 2 fouls. So first on Parks, fourth on Galesburg, an 18-18 game. Mellon fumbles at the high post, catches, gets it to Burry. Burry on a dribble drive, pulls up, and it drops it. It goes in and out on him. That's about 3 blue double shots that have gone in and out here on the near end. Meeker in transition, center of the floor in an 18-18 game. Hand off to Devin Ross. Ross takes it around the perimeter, stops at the middle of the floor, goes high post to Tyson Parks, right wing to Gibson. Parks sets a screen for Gibson. Devils double team now. Parks comes off the screen, stops, turnaround jumpers off the glass and in. Nice patient move by Tyson Parks. He has 4 points. It's a 20-18 Galesburg lead. 3:15 left to go first half. Elby will get a screen and go opposite the screen at the high post. Keeps the dribble alive, gets it to Mellon. Mellon looking, goes right back to Elby, right side of the offense. Whips it underneath. Burry catches, fadeaway jumper from 12 is short. Mellon had the rebound, but lost it off his foot out of bounds.
Yeah, he had the rebound, but his foot was coming up as his hands were coming down with the ball and kicked it out of bounds himself. I like the offensive board, though.
20-18, Galesburg leads. Silver Streaks have the ball. Second quarter action. Gibson comes back to help. Hands it off to Ross, and Ross will bring it up under the watchful eyes of Lincoln Elby. 2:50 left to go first half. Ross bounce pass to Davis. Davis hits Meeker coming off a screen. 12-footer is short. Rebound Gibson in the paint. Lost it, had it, lost it, had it. It's loose. Jump ball to be Galesburg ball.
turning into a battle in the paint, isn't it?
Now, would you expect nothing less with these two teams?
Nope, not at all. Somebody's going to have to open up the outside game a little bit to make that inside a little bit better.
Here's Gibson, dribble drive, fires it weak side to Ross, gets around defender, his floater in and out, no good. Rebound tipped in the air, Ross gets it back, Elby steals it from him. Quincy in transition, trailing 20-18. Elby cuts to the left wing. Will hand it off to Cameron Gay, who will bring it to the center of the floor. Gay will get it right back to Lincoln Elby. Devils will set their half-court offense. 2:18 left to go first half, 20-18. Galesburg leads. High post, Barnell Thomas catches. Now goes underneath the Mellon. Mellon working on Gibson. Ball fake, drives baseline, stops, turns, and gets a shot swatted out of bounds by Tyson Park.
Yeah, he turned right into that. That's a good block shot. Good timing, perfect. He saw the fake left, and he went right and timed it perfect.
Tyson Parks came off his man, weak side, and blocked the shot by Mellon out of bounds. Mellon catches near corner. Has it poked away for a moment, gets it back. Couple of dribbles, gets it back to Elby out front. Devils set their offense, trailing 20-18, under 2 minutes to play second quarter. Elby crosses over, takes it all the way to the hoop. Left-hand scoop layup was good. First,
I just love watching him drive to the basket and the way he floats and the way he can read that play. That's Lincoln Elby.
First basket of the game for Elby, ties it at 20-20. 100 seconds left, first half. Gibson coming off a screen, and he'll get what? An offensive foul on Gibson? No, it's a foul on Barnell Thomas again.
Check again.
It's more of a chest check.
Yeah.
With Barnell Thomas. That's his third foul here in the first half. 5 team fouls on Quincy, and what, Matt? 4 of them have been for hand checks or chest checks, and 1 is for Mellon over the back. Gibson will inbound near sideline. It's a wide open Davis, top of the key, goes right wing to Ross. Ross guarded by Elby, gets to Meeker. 3 on the way to Meeker, in and out, no good. Mellon goes high for the rebound for Quincy. Under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Quincy and Galesburg knotted at 20. Elby goes left wing to Cameron Gay. High post, Connor Mellon catches, whips it underneath the to Radovich, off his shoulder to Meeker. Hit a head pass for Gibson, lost it out of bounds. An exchange of turnovers by the two teams. Quincy ball underneath the Galesburg basket.
I wouldn't be in a hurry down here with a 20-20 game. When we get the ball the second half, I'd take my time, run my offense, and if it went down to the last shot, I know I can get 2 possessions.
Elby crosses the timeline, right-hand dribble. Stops on the wing, high post. His pass is deflected, but Mellon catches, gets it to Cameron Gay, left wing. Top of the key to Lincoln Elby. Elby looks to drive on Ross, but can't. Elby gets it to Burry. Radovich really bodying up on the player underneath for Galesburg, who is Eric Thompson, the 6'6 sophomore.
That's a little bit of a mismatch. That may have been on Luca. No? Yeah. What are they going to call here? All the Galesburg people are clapping.
They called it on Thompson.
Yes, they did.
Eric Thompson's first, team's 5th. Thompson claps his hands right in Radovich's face. Inbound pass comes to Burry near corner. Right back to Radovich along the baseline. Bodies up, goes up strong, won't go. Weak side rebound, Gibson for Galesburg. Hit a head pass, Meeker left wing. Gay recovers quickly on Meeker. 37 seconds left first half, tied at 20, Galesburg and Quincy. Handoff right wing to Ross. He finds Thompson, left wing Gibson. Rises for a quick 3, off the rim, no good. Good tip by Cameron Gay, and he gets it to Lincoln Elby. Gay was battling Meeker, giving up size, and Gay won the battle and tipped it to Elby. 20 seconds left first half. Quincy will hold for the final shot. Elby with it between the circles near the jump circle. One dribble gets to Cameron Gay with 12 seconds left. Quincy needs to go. Elby catches. Left wing Cameron Gay with 7 seconds. Gay on a dribble drive. Gets to the paint. Stops. Fight away jumper is too strong. Rebound weak side belongs to Gibson, who will hoist it up too late. And that'll do it for the first half. Tied at 20. Galesburg and Quincy will take a 2-minute break. This is Blue Devil Basketball, 103.9 to Fox.
Natalie Stratton of Advanced Physical Therapy talks from the heart about building relationships with her patients.
We do develop relationships with people, and by doing that, they can trust you because they build that rapport with you so they can trust you, and they start to tell you more, and so you learn more about their medical condition or just their life condition, and so it does allow you to, direct them in different ways. You're seeing some people 2 or 3 times a week, for that half hour to an hour of that one-on-one time. Plus, we love it. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm in the profession. I like those relationships with people. I see that as a success in treatment. If I can get people to trust me and trust what I'm saying, they're going to buy into what I'm saying. That's why, again, I try to go and do everything I can, new techniques or new ways or different approaches to getting people better. And the more I do that, then again, you can kind of take people to that next level.
Advanced Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. On the web at advancept.net. Advance through life with Advance.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
A funeral service is more than an end to life. It's a remembrance, a time to commemorate all that person meant to us.
My dad meant so much to us. It was hard to know where to begin.
Our caring staff will help you make it a fitting farewell with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
Galesburg tied. It was Galesburg 11-8 after the first quarter. So Quincy outscores Galesburg 12-9 in the second quarter to knot this game up at 20. And it's nice, Matt, when you can read newspaper accounts of the opposition's games, and apparently the Quincy coaching staff did the same.
I love our inside game right now. I love the way that they're attacking it, especially when Park went out in the first half. We went 5 straight possessions to the inside, and I think we got 4 straight buckets for the 4 possessions. 5 possessions, got 4 buckets. So you're right. I mean, that's their job, and you would expect that. And there was no doubt in my mind that Coach Taylor and that staff would understand what they needed to do, and they did it. They went out, they talked about it, they performed it, they read about it, they told the kids about it. Went out here in the first half and performed it, and that's what makes it good. And some consistency in that first 16 minutes too. There wasn't really, we had three missed shots, 2 of them sort of rattled in and out. So a lot of good things in that first 16 minutes, and I'm sure Coach Taylor's telling them, you know what we practiced, we went out and did. Now we got to go out and do it in the second half, and these are the corrections that we probably need to make on it. And, what we saw and what they're talking about could be something totally different, but we're usually right on track.
But the thing that the Blue Devils need to do, yes, they can get the ball underneath, and yes, they have an advantage underneath, but they need to be patient even when they're making post moves. There was a couple of times Luka Radovich got the ball down the blocks. He knew he was going to go up with a shot. And yes, as you mentioned, you want to be confident when you catch the ball in the blocks and know what you're going to do with it. But now with Tyson Parks really cheating weak side, there's got to be somebody open. And yes, it's tough for Luka Radovich to turn baseline and look opposite and try and find an open man. But the Blue Devils, if they can pound the ball underneath, have to be patient. And if it's not there, not force it, kick it back out and then get the ball right back in.
So for the people that are listening, that's your inside-outside game.
Right,
Our inside game is there right now, and it's very good. Now their coach is going to make that adjustment and say, hey, this is what they're doing. They're pounding it on inside. They're throwing the guy at the top of the free throw line. They're posting the guy up into the middle. We've got to cheat this guy into help on that, and that's where Quincy on the other side has got to say, okay, they're probably going to make some adjustments, so let's continue to do it, but don't be afraid to pop it out, see if we can keep them honest and hit a couple outside shots to do that. So that's that halftime talk.
And the other thing I would do if I were the Quincy coaches is tell whoever's, you got Barnell Thomas, Connor Mellon, Luka Radovich.
Right.
Whoever gets the ball down the block, the other post should immediately go to the opposite side of the rim.
Right.
Because as we mentioned, Parks is coming off his man to try and swat shots out of bounds or block shots. That leads to weak side rebound, wide open for the other big for Quincy who's ever in the game. So, crash the boards weak side. If the shot goes up and it doesn't go in, either the guy who shot it, strong side, will get his own rebound, or it'll go weak side to the wide open Quincy player who's not going to be blocked.
And probably the best thing for us to do that was let him block a shot. Because if he blocks a shot, now he's going to try to do that every time, and then you make that adjustment. So it's easy up here. It's easy up here, Coach.
They haven't lost the game up here.
Yeah, we can see that all develop. We're just sort of letting you know, and I'm sure the coaching staff will do that and make that adjustment. They understand the game a lot better than what we do. It's just a matter of getting their kids to do that, and they do a very good job with that.
Scoring in the first half, just to amplify our points, Connor Mellon with 8 points. Luka Radovich with 6, so 14 out of the 20 points from those 2 post players for Quincy. Lincoln Elby had a layup. Zach Burry had a nice jumper in the paint, and Barnell Thomas had a putback as well for Quincy's 20 points. Grant Gibson leads the way with 7 points for Galesburg, 4 for Denzel Jones, a 3 from Ethan Meeker, Tyson Parks with 4 points, and Devin Ross has a layup for Galesburg's total of Quincy. So each team has played about 7 players, Matt. 5 of them have scored, and each team has 20 points here in the first half.
And not as much of the running in and out players this game as we did before I left and took that trip to Philly. But yet that's what they needed tonight. That's what's working for them. So don't change that. Now, if it comes out in the second half and you got to make those adjustments, then you might see that. But you're right. It's been about 7. I don't think Quincy's had more than 7 different players in there. I haven't seen the Bland kid yet, but you know what? This might not be a game ready for him. That's just the coach's call. We haven't seen the other twin play, but is he even dressed out tonight? Yeah, they're both dressed.
The only 2 players, the 2 players off the bench tonight for Quincy have been Luka Radovich and Jacob Joe.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this second half and see what adjustments each coach makes and how each team reacts to those adjustments. But, yeah, you're right. Coach Reynolds is going to tell his guys, listen, they're pounding the ball underneath, so we got to double down on the post and see if their post players can pass out of it and see if we can't get some steals that way. And Quincy's got to do a better job. You mentioned it at one point when Denzel Jones tried those 2 reverse layups. Quincy did a good job once giving up stopping the baseline drive, but they gave it up a couple other times, so you got to tighten that up down at the other end.
And I know those people that have followed us over the years are probably going to say, I know what Longo's going to say now. What I'm going to say is, let's watch the first couple possessions each time after the halftime to see what the coaches talked about, because then you can sort of see what each coach said, because usually it's the first possession you can sort of see that and make an adjustment, and the coaches will be aware of that as well.
We'll take this 2-minute timeout and come back with the second half as Quincy and Galesburg are tied 20-20. This is Blue Devil Basketball, 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
What's a podiatrist? A foot doctor. A foot doctor? I didn't know there was such a thing. There is. 25 years ago, I started out with a business plan and a dream. I went to 3 area banks. First Bankers Trust said it was great, and they asked me if I wanted more money than what I was asking for. But that was the start of my relationship with First Bankers Trust. My dreams have come true.
First Bankers Trust, your bank of dreams.
Here in the third quarter, tied at 20. Quincy and Galesburg. Tim and Matt with you on this Friday evening. Cameron Gay with it, far sideline. High post, he hits Barnell Thomas. Now to Lincoln Elby. Thomas sets a screen for Elby. Elby on a dribble drive. Gets another screen. Stops. Wanted to go back to Cameron Gay. Now does so. Right side of the offense. Gay now brings it to midcourt. Gay picks up his dribble. Gets it to Zach Burry. Burry, one dribble back to Cameron Gay, right wing. Free throw line extended. Cameron Gay with it. Back middle of the floor to Zach Burry. Tied at 20, Quincy and Galesburg. We played 30 seconds of the third quarter. Elby will dribble across or right to left. Stop, get it to Cameron Gay. Gay, middle of the floor. Waiting for Burry to cut baseline. Instead goes left wing to Elby. Floats past mid-post to Thomas. Thomas turns, goes baseline, shoots and scores.
Boy, I just like it. Just patient the first time out of halftime. 4, 5, 6, 8 passes and a nice dump into Barnell and a nice easy bucket.
Barnell Thomas with 4 points. Quincy has a 22-20 lead. Devin Ross with it. High post flash to Grant Gibson. Gets a screen from Parks. Then Parks gets poked in the eye. He's bent over and on his catcher's crouch at the at the top of the key, and Gibson on a dribble drive scores, and now they stop playing. Grant Gibson with 9 points, ties the game at 22, and they'll tend to the injured Tyson Parks.
Well, while we got time here, Lisa Taylor's not here tonight because she texted me earlier that she's getting ready for the big Christmas whirlwind that they have to do because of the the Christmas tournament down in Cowansville. But also today, and a lot of people don't know what these boys do as Parks makes it off the floor. These boys and Coach Taylor and the basketball team, they go out to Monroe School and they do a Read Like a Champions program. And the boys go out there and they read, and the kids absolutely love it. So that's just basketball players and sports from our school going out to the little kids and setting a good example. So a nice shout out to Coach Taylor's wife, Lisa, and the kids at Monroe School.
Yeah, Lisa told me a couple weeks ago up in Rock Island that while she was grading papers during the sophomore game, it's Gibson has a steal at the high post, takes away from Barnell Thomas, and will lay it up and in. Gibson with all 4 Galesburg points in the second half, 11 in the game, and now full-court pressure from Galesburg. Streaks lead it now 24-22. Burry having problems with Meeker, now frees himself with a left-hand dribble, stops at the jump circle as Gibson came up to help. Now Thomas helps out, takes a pass, and hands off to Lincoln Elby. 5 turnovers in the game for Quincy. We'll finish the thought about Lisa Taylor's class at Monroe School in just a few moments. Here's Elby with it, top of the key. Picks up his dribble, right wing to Cameron Gay. Gay, cross-court pass to Lincoln Elby. Outside the volleyball line, left side of the offense. Elby will bring it, center of the floor, dribble across and back, left to right. He'll hesitate, now drive, throw up a shot off the glass, no good. And it's rebounded by Galesburg. Ross with it in transition. He'll hit Thompson, who came in, puts up the shot, no good, and Mellon called for the block.
Yeah, I like the shot down there by Lincoln. It was a nice drive to the basket, even though it didn't go in. It was a nice drive. We got back defensively, and unfortunately just had a little body touch right there as he was going up for the shot, and Galesburg would be going to the free throw line.
Denzel Jones had the defensive board at the other end and started the transition game for Galesburg. At the line is the 6'6 sophomore, Eric Thompson, and he has a free throw rattle in and out, so it must be that rim.
That rattled in 4 or 5 times.
Luka Radovich in for Barnell Thomas. Quincy had, 3 shots in the first half, Matt, go in and out?
Yep.
Thompson has a free throw rattle in and out, as you mentioned, 2 or 3 times. Second free throw is short, and Mellon takes the rebound away from Luka Radovich. So Galesburg goes empty on 2 free throw attempts, and Quincy has the ball, and Galesburg sets up a strange trap. Now here's a pass to Radovich, who can't find the handle of it. It's loose down on the baseline. They let him play, and the ball comes to Galesburg. Gibson in transition, crosses over, jumps it down underneath the Ross. His short jumper's short. Elby has the rebound for Quincy. 6 turnovers in the game for the Blue Devils. Here's Burry catching on the wing, takes it all the way to the hole. His layup's up and in.
Nice strong move to the basket by Zach Burry.
Strong move, and he protected the ball perfectly. Tied at 24, Quincy and Galesburg. 5:15 left to go, third quarter. Ross, bounce pass to Jones. He'll hand off to Meeker. Meeker, 1 dribble, now center of the floor to Thompson, hand off to Ross. Now to Gibson, ball fake penetrate. Ross spins in the paint. Between 3 players, no good. Rebound out of bounds to Quincy.
Good block out. Both of them went up for it. For our sake, Galesburg knocked it out.
Gibson saying he got his forearm slashed across, and he did, but these officials, they're not getting paid by the call tonight, are they?
No, not at all.
Gay catches against zone. Half-court pressure from Galesburg. Elby has it now. Penetrates. Bounce past Cameron Gay. Dribbles a couple times. Stops. Gets it on the wing to Burry. Burry along the sideline. Floats a pass to Cameron Gay. Wanted to penetrate. Bounce pass. Now they work at the Mellon, who has it stolen away by Galesburg.
Tough entry pass.
Here's Jones on the dribble drive. Gets to the paint. Puts it up and in.
That one rolled in for him.
Denzel Jones with 6 points.
Trying to figure out this trap.
26-24, Galesburg lead. It's a 1-3-1 trap, but it's really spread out of the half court, and Cameron Gay throws it away.
Yeah, just creating just a little bit of controversy right there as far as the pass. It's an odd trap, isn't it? I'm trying to figure. I've never seen it.
It's a 1-3-1 half-court zone.
It's like as soon as the ball comes across half court, they'll cheat up a little bit. Go watch it again. Hopefully we'll break that next time.
Elby reaches, but gets away with it. And what do we have? Underneath, an illegal screen called once again on Tyson Park.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, he doesn't just set up a pick. He sets up a block. I mean, he puts his whole body into it, and he leans, and that's what's causing him to call that. Now Galesburg switches it up.
Parks' second foul, first team foul here in the second half. Streaks lead Quincy 26-24 as we approach the midway point of the third quarter. Elby under pressure from Ross. Keeps the dribble alive and calls out the offensive set. Man-to-man defense this time by Galesburg. Elby needs a receiver, finds Joe. Joe up the sideline to Elby. High post now, Connor Mellon. Catches, faces up, dribble drive to the middle of the paint. Shot slotted to midcourt, and Burry will take over there for Quincy. Burry gets away from Meeker, pulls up from 15, fires, too strong. Rebound, and a rebounding foul, on Quincy. Going to call Mellon for swiping at the defender behind him.
And he ended up on the ground. Mellon did. I thought it was Parks the one that grabbed people by the shoulder, but obviously I'm wrong.
I couldn't tell if they said Radovich or Mellon, and we don't have the individuals board on our end of the floor.
Can't see it. All they've got is the timeouts left.
I think that was on Radovich, and that's his first.
Which we haven't used any timeouts.
Two team fouls on Quincy. Gibson brings the ball up for Galesburg, gets the left wing to Denzel Jones. Jones hits Meeker coming off a screen. Meeker dishes it back to Jones. 3 on the way from the left wing, rattles in.
Get that shot up.
Denzel Jones hits a 3, gives Galesburg some breathing room at 29-24. Elby gets away from a defender, shovels it in the paint. Mellon's finger roll, no good. Tyson Parks comes in for a strong rebound for Galesburg. Outlet to Gibson, hit a head pass, finds Jones. Around Burry, layup up and in.
Yeah, here's that timeout you need. There's that little run. Quincy, full timeout.
Galesburg decided they needed to get out and run, and they've really caught the Blue Devils flat-footed here in the last couple minutes. 3:09 left to go, third quarter. Galesburg leads Quincy 31-24. Blue Devil basketball, 103-9 to Fox.
A loved one passes on, and for a moment, time seems to stand still.
My husband was my whole world. We spent so much time together.
Making funeral arrangements is never easy. We can help you create a ceremony with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
Right here with 3:09 to go in the third quarter.
And you can kind of see there, if Galesburg plays a full 32 minutes the way they just played the last 2 minutes, Matt, why they average 65 points a game. They got from end to end in about 3 passes. And we're aggressive going to the basket, and Coach Reynolds has decided he's dialing up the pressure to keep this tempo up. As Galesburg comes out man-to-man full court. Burry looking to get a receiver and finds Thomas, who fumbled the pass, and now they're going to call a foul from behind.
Thank you. And he probably was pushed from behind, but we just didn't hold on to the ball, and it would have been Galesburg's ball, but just got to take a deep breath here. That 7-point run is not much. We just got to make sure we stay under control, go down here and get a nice possession offensively.
And now they inbound to Elby, and he has it quickly poked out of bounds over the baseline again by Galesburg. Now Mike Dade's going to check in, replacing Jacob Joe.
I just think a little more speed right there to get this ball up court is why Coach Taylor's doing it.
Burry looking to inbound. Finds Dade. Dade finds Elby. And Elby tries to bring it up the floor, but he's being double-teamed in backcourt. Now a bounce pass to Dade, up the sideline to Zach Burry. Diagonal pass finds Elby out front. Elby has it between the circles, calls out the offensive play with Galesburg leading 31-24. Elby started left, stops, gets it to Thomas, right back to Elby, right side of the offense. Elby working on Ethan Meeker. Now right wing to Mike Dade. Dade takes a look underneath. Can't find anybody. Now tries to dribble across, lost the handle. Gets it back, gets it to Zach Burry. Burry right side of the offense. Devils being patient here. Good defense by Galesburg, but Thomas is left all alone. Goes up strong, missed it. Rebound tip. And it goes out of bounds to Quincy.
Nice job by Luka Bradovic as far as blocking that guy from getting it. But I like the patience. This is a big possession right here at the end of this quarter.
Burry catches, tried to go right back to Radovich, but it's stolen away by Tyson Parks. 8 turnovers now on Quincy. Open underneath Ross for the layup.
And again, they're a full court press. They're trapping that first pass. Just be patient. Long pass. Tough pass.
Day tried to throw a three-quarter of the court pass. It was easily picked up by Galesburg. Here's Meeker, runs into his own player, and Barnell Thomas has the steal. Hit a head pass to Mike Day. Gets around Gibson and scores for layup.
Nice job, Mike Day. He made a mistake, didn't get down about it, got the steal, sprinted up court, got a nice easy layup out of it.
33-26, Galesburg leads. A minute 47 left to go in the third quarter. Meeker catches far wing, gets a screen. Now high post finds Tyson Parks, who turns, gives it to Ross. Devin Ross with it, trying to hit Gibson. Does on a curl, wide open underneath Parks.
Oh my
Travels.
goodness, yes, you better call that.
And that's called for. Jacob Jobe, Connor Mellon in, Mike Day, Luka Radovich out for Quincy. 95 seconds left, third quarter, 33-26. Galesburg leads.
Another patient offensively down on this offensive end, boys.
Elby being double teamed. Bounce pass to Jobe. One dribble back to Elby. Elby trying to beat double team pressure. Hits Jacob Jobe with it. Jobe floats it past to Mellon. Catches. Ball fake. Go up.
Nice
Score.
job. Excellent work.
Connor Mellon scores his 10th point. Cuts the deficit. 33-28. Galesburg leads. 65 seconds left third quarter. Meeker in backcourt. Has just now crossed the timeline. Guarded by Jobe. Bounce pass to Tyson Parks. Right wing now to Gibson. Drives baseline. Thomas called for his fourth foul.
And that one, of the four that they've called on him, that one I would totally agree with. He put both hands out that time because he got beat with that quick step and he tried to make up for it. So, got to be smart here. Get another defensive stop. Get this to a three-point game. You answered their run.
Cameron Gay checks in for Barnell Thomas, who leads with the 4 fouls. Gibson looking for an inbound receiver. Finds one. Thompson at the high post. He gets Meeker. Three from the right wing. Buried it. Meeker's hit 2 threes, has 6 points. Quincy has a 36-28 lead. Diagonal pass to Cameron Gay, left wing. Gay on a dribble drive. Stops, gets it to Jobe. Jobe hits Lincoln Elby. 50 seconds left third quarter. Elby ball fake penetrate, hits Cameron Gay. Left wing 3, buried it.
Answered it, yes. Nice job.
Cameron Gay hits the 3. It's 36-31. Galesburg leads with 35 seconds left third quarter. Ross crosses over on Elby. Shovels it to Meeker, who brings it back to midcourt. Meeker picks up his dribble. Jobe increases the pressure. Meeker still has it. Finds Gibson. Gibson dribble drive on Burry. Gets it to Thompson along the baseline, right back to Gibson. Gibson backs out, and Burry deflected it, but Gibson gets it back. Gibson swipes at Burry. Keeps the dribble alive. Bounce pass. Meeker fumbles, but gathers it in.
Great defense.
Meeker has it in the jump circle with 10. Meeker tries to drive. Joe cuts him off. Meeker still has it. Gets a screen. Meeker still has it, loses it, and he lost it out of bounds.
Nice defense.
And it's Quincy ball, three-quarter court with 3 seconds left. 8 turnovers on Galesburg, 9 on Quincy. Logan Davis in, Ethan Meeker out. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Quincy trails 36-31. Burry will inbound, free throw line extended, near sideline. Burry looks, gets it into Gay. Gay with 2, Gay with 1 from midcourt. Too strong, off the top of the backboard and off the wall behind the basket. After 3 quarters, Galesburg leads Quincy 36-31. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on 103.9 The Fox.
Natalie Stratton of Advanced Physical Therapy talks from the heart about building relationships with her patients.
We do develop relationships with people, and by doing that, they can trust you because they build that rapport with you so they can trust you, and they start to tell you more, and so you learn more about their medical condition or just their life condition, and so it does allow you to, direct them in different ways. And you're seeing some people 2 or 3 times a week, for that half hour to an hour of that one-on-one time. Plus, we love it. I mean, that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm in the profession. I like those relationships with people. I see that as a success in treatment. If I can get people to trust me and trust what I'm saying, they're going to buy into what I'm saying. That's why, again, I try to go and do everything I can, new techniques or new ways or different approaches to getting people better. And the more I do that, then, again, you can kind of take people to that next level.
Advanced Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. On the web at advancept.net. Advance through life with Advance.
Leading 36-31. Silver Streaks have the ball. Inbounds pass comes to Gibson, left wing. Left all alone was Denzel Jones. Penetrates, gets cut off, gets it to Gibson. Gibson makes a dribble move, rises, and hits a 19-footer.
Good possession out of a timeout.
Gibson with 13 points to lead Galesburg. 38-31. Streaks lead it. Elby with it at midcourt. Floats a pass, high post to Mellon, has it deflected from behind, gets it back, whips a pass underneath. They say off Galesburg, out of bounds to Quincy as Mellon tried to go high-low to Radovich.
I like it, though. It's been a great game. We just have one little run there, and that's the difference right now, that 7-point run that they've maintained.
Elby catches at the top of the key, tries to penetrate, gets cut off, and now takes it right wing after a screen from Mellon. Gets to Mellon, high post, 17-footer Connor Mellon. Rattles in.
Nice job.
Connor Mellon with 12 points to lead Quincy. And it's a 38-33 Galesburg lead, 45 seconds into the fourth quarter. Gibson dribbles on right wing, free throw line extended, gets a screen. Hesitates, drives, stops at the free throw line, bounce pass, finds Davis, who finds Meeker. Meeker, dribble drive, gets cut off, gets it to Parks, who will hand off to Denzel Jones. Jones goes right wing to Gibson. Curl moves, stops, gets it to Denzel Jones. Left wing now to Davis, now to Meeker. Davis sets a screen for Meeker, flashes out of it. Meeker trying to drive on Cameron Gay, and a nickel dime hand check on Cameron Gay.
I just, some of the stuff that they call, just because it's the fourth quarter, you're going to start calling it. You could have called that 10 times in the first half. Now all of a sudden you're going to do that.
Point of emphasis all through basketball, from high school to Division I college, man, is the hand check foul. And as Gibson catches after the inbounds, hesitates, drives, and they're going to call for a travel.
Lost his stutter step. That's a good call.
9 turnovers apiece.
Okay, we were here before. 5-point lead. Let's cut it down to 3 here.
38-33, Galesburg leads, Quincy ball. Quincy has the alternating possession arrow. 4 fouls on Quincy, 2 on Galesburg. Elby under some pressure, gets it to Mellon, high post, quickly to Burry, now between the circles to Elby. Gets a high post screen from Radovich, can't really use it. Now Gay catches underneath Mellon. Goes block to block, but too hard for Radovich. It's tipped and controlled by Meeker, right wing. Meeker rises for a 3, off the rim, no good. Weak side rebound, tipped away, picked up by Galesburg, saved, right to Grant Gibson. Now right wing, Devin Jones rises for the 3, no good. Weak side rebound, Meeker, put back, no good. And Parks takes the rebound away from Radovich, and they call Radovich sitting on the floor for a hold.
That's a tough call, people. That is tough.
I'm not saying Galesburg wasn't fouled on one of those rebounds or putbacks, but Radovich, that was the weakest of any foul that took place as he was sitting on his wallet. Oh, they called that on Lincoln Elby? All right. Here's Gibson on the dribble move. Gets it free from Burry. Shoots in and out, no good. Radovich has the defensive board for Quincy. I didn't know Lincoln Elby was anywhere near the play.
I didn't see him near it.
38-33. Galesburg leads, just under 6 minutes to play in the ballgame. Elby stops his dribble, needs a receiver. Radovich flashes high post, catches, gets it to Burry. 3 from Zach Burry on the wing is an air ball. Gay tries to save the rebound and did for a moment, but it's taken away by Tyson Parks. He hands off to Grant Gibson. Gibson brings it down the floor, right wing, gets it to Devin Jones. Now Denzel Jones. Now a 3 by Ross is off the rim, no good. Parks has the rebound, goes a strong block and a foul on Luka Radovich. Radovich thought he got all ball.
So do I. I mean, we had the perfect view from right here. It looked like it was all ball.
Luka Radovich, 8 inches of height on Tyson Parks, but Parks gets the foul called on Radovich, his 3rd. 16th foul on Quincy. Free throw line. Free throw is no good. Galesburg's 0 for 3 from the line tonight. Actually 2 for 5, excuse me. Now 2 for 6. Parks came in 10 out of 17 from the charity stripe. Sub in for Galesburg. We'll pick that up here in just a moment. I think Ross has checked back in. No, it's somebody different. J.J. Range is checked into the game. Now an air ball put up by Tyson Parks. And they didn't blow it dead. They let Quincy get the rebound, and now the Blue Devils bring it up. Barnell Thomas is checked back in for Quincy, replacing Radovich. Here's Elby. Had a man flash at him, but gets it to Mellon, high post. Right back to Elby. Elby takes a look. Devils running some screen action. Now they find Thomas. Thomas looking for Mellon. Instead rises for a 19-footer, no good. And Mellon and Thomas knock each other off the rebound and lose it out of bounds.
And either one could have got that. If they just made a little eye contact, I think they could. One of them could have got that, and they both got there, and they just sort of backed off and were right off Connor's hands. Still that 5-point. It'd been nice to get that down to 3. We've had a couple possessions to do that.
38-33, Galesburg leads. 5 minutes left to go in the contest. Here's Range. Gets it to Meeker. Meeker gets it to Gibson, top of the key, guarded by Burry. Along the baseline, it's Ross. Ross with a dribble drive, gets it to Meeker. Meeker takes a look, now has a drive himself. Pass is deflected out of bounds by Burry as they tried to get it to Gibson.
Yeah, Zach got a hand on it right at the last second, almost deflected off
Ethan Meeker.
Yeah, Meeker.
And yes, folks, J.J. Range is Joey Range's son. the former Galesburg standout. Inbounds pass comes to Ethan Meeker on the wing. He shovels it to Grant Gibson. They clear out for Gibson. Now they run some action. Gibson crosses over. Stops. Gets it to Range. Range will get it to Meeker. Meeker weaving around the perimeter. Gets it to Parks. Parks further on the wing to Ross. Ross on a dribble drive to the paint. Stops. And they try to hand off, and the Blue Devils knock it away and steal it. Elby with a hit-ahead pass. Finds Cameron Gay. Bounce pass to Mellon, who couldn't control it, and it's thrown away by Gibson. 11 turnovers on Quincy, 10 on Galesburg. Blue Devils deflect the pass, but Ross corrals it. Not a Range. 3 on the way. J.J. Range is in their ball. Mellon has the rebound for Quincy. Elby with a long pass, and Burry got fouled, and they call it.
That would almost been like a play on for a second because you knew he got fouled, but at least give him a chance to score the basket. So
Gibson
a little sloppy right there, wasn't it?
Gibson called for a second foul, team's third foul. Burry missed the layup after the foul. So it'll be Quincy ball, baseline left of the basket, trailing 38-33 midway through the fourth quarter.
He wasn't shooting that?
No, he got fouled on the catch. Here's Thomas, gets it to Elby. Elby working on Devin Ross. Ball fake, high post, Barnell Thomas. Catches and faces up. Right wing Elby looking for Mellon in the blocks. Instead, high post Cameron Gay. 19-footer Cameron Gay, too strong. Off the top of the glass, rebound tipped and controlled by Ross for Galesburg. Ross in transition finds Meeker near sideline. Meeker will stop and pull it out. And timeout Galesburg, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 3:33 left to go in the game. Galesburg leading 38-33.
A lot of threes up on that board right now. It'd be interesting to see what Coach saw right there as far as why he wanted a timeout on that particular situation.
I think what's going on, man, is how you mentioned. Quincy's had 3 or 4 possessions with a 5-point deficit, has not scored on any of those possessions since Galesburg leads 38-33. Coach Reynolds realizes we get a good basket here. If we can hit a 3, we're going to be up 8 with 3.5 minutes to go in the game and really put Quincy on their heels.
Yeah, we've had 4 different possessions down there and had some good looks, but just couldn't get it to go. And
I was about to say the complete opposite, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yep. I don't think you want Barnell Thomas hitting it, taking a 19-footer. I don't think you want Cameron Gay necessarily pulling the trigger on a 19-footer. There was a look underneath that they couldn't corral the pass, talking about Quincy, but here's Gibson on a move into the paint, puts up a floater, no good. Barnell Thomas has the defensive board for Quincy.
Rebound.
Good defense by Quincy as well. The Devils once again trailing 38-33 and have the ball. Gay catches on the wing, gets it to Elby, gets a screen from Connor Mellon between the circles. Elby thought about going underneath the Mellon, couldn't find an angle. Now Elby catches middle of the floor after Burry had it right wing. Elby crosses over, gets a screen from Mellon at the top of the key. Launches a deep 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound Meeker. Quincy settling for some jump shots here, man.
When we were very aggressive on the inside earlier. That's all right. We're still right there.
Here's Ross on a dribble drive. Will pull up from 14 and hit it. 6 points for Devin Ross. And it's 40-33. Quickly the other way. Mellon gets a right-hand layup and a timeout for Quincy.
Yeah, great pass by Lincoln Elby. Saw Connor running down the court. Just a perfect pass and got a nice, easy layup out of it.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Each team is used to full. Each team is used to 30. So the reset, 2:42 left to go in the game. It's 40-35. Galesburg leads. Possession arrow belongs to Quincy. Blue Devils has been called for 6 fouls. Galesburg has only 3 fouls. Similar to last week, Matt, in the fourth quarter against Springfield, where Quincy was already giving up the bonus, and Springfield only had 3 fouls. And when Quincy had a chance at the end of the game, Springfield had fouls to give.
Right, and that's what you got right here with Galesburg with only 3. I was listening, and I remember you talking about that.
2:42 left to go in the game. Galesburg ball underneath the Quincy basket. Mellon, Cameron Gay, Zach Burry, Barnell Thomas, Lincoln Elby on the floor for Quincy. Gibson takes the inbounds pass and waves everybody off. Gibson brings it up against Burry. Gibson stops, and the Devils go to double team, leaving Gibson wide open. Devils almost get a steal. Now they get Gibson the ball in the middle of the floor. Bounce pass along the baseline. Denzel Jones dribbles out of the baseline and brings it out top. Gets it to Meeker in the corner. Right back to Denzel Jones. Quincy kind of selling out here, Matt, trying to get a steal.
And they almost had it.
Meeker used a pick, if you will, to get it out top. Now to Jones, right back to Meeker. Galesburg running some clock. Next foul will send Galesburg to the line for the one and bonus. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Quincy needs to do something here aggressively. Here's Ross on a dribble drive. Avoids the defender, and his scoop layup is good. Ross with 8 points. His last 2 have been on the dribble drive layups. Barnell Thomas catches, rises for a 3. Around the iron and off. Meeker has the weak side rebound for Galesburg.
Now you got to really put the pressure on him. You got to go after him hard right now.
42-35, Galesburg leads. Streaks have the ball. And Tyson Parks fouled by Connor Mellon or Zach Curry. Let's see what they call it on. Parks will be at the line for the one and bonus. They call it on Connor Mellon, his 3rd. So Tyson Parks at the line. He's 0 for 2, 10 out of 19 for the year. So what is that, 55%, I guess. Only 1 streak on the lane. That's Grant Gibson. The other 3 streaks behind the top of the key. Here's Tyson Parks, free throw, no good. Thomas has the rebound for Quincy. Lincoln Elby with it in backcourt, 90 seconds left in the game. Quincy trails 42-35. Elby almost double dribbled. Now almost throws it away, but Burry with a nice catch, gets it to Thomas in the blocks, turns, goes baseline on Gibson, and the ball rolls off. Rebound tip, no good. Thomas with the rebound, put back, good timeout. Thomas with 6 points, good work by Quincy on the boards, 42-37, Galesburg leads. And it'll be a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. 42-37. Galesburg leads with 1:21 left to go. In fact, Paul Erickson, let's take a 30. A 30-second timeout. Galesburg leads 42-37 with 81 seconds left. Toledo basketball, 103.9 to Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
.21 left to go in the game. Galesburg leads Quincy 42-37. And again, Quincy has 17 fouls. Galesburg has only 3. So every foul will send Galesburg to the line, but they're not being productive at the line tonight. Ross inbounds to Denzel Jones, back to Ross. Blue Devils trying to foul. Thomas with a couple of waves, but Barnell Thomas has 4 fouls.
Right there. Now you got to get out there, Barnell. I know he's got 4, but you know what? Get out there.
Ross dribbled around, gets it to Meeker. 1:02 left to go in the game. Meeker, double team, gets it to Ross, and they foul Devin Ross. Zach Curry called for the foul.
I think Coach Taylor wanted a little bit earlier, and we were a couple slaps away from getting it, but if you can't get it, I think then you got to foul immediately.
Well, I think you were right. Barnell Thomas has 4 fouls, and he didn't want to foul out of the game, so he didn't commit the foul. Now Luka Radovich comes in for Thomas. 58.5 seconds left to go in the game. Galesburg leads 42-37. And at the line is Devin Ross. He's 13 of 20 for the season. And he misses the free throw, and Mellon has the rebound.
Come on, let's be smart here.
Lincoln Elby in backcourt, crosses the timeline. Gets a screen from Mellon at the top of the key. Back to Connor Mellon. Thought about a 3. Gets it back to Lincoln Elby. Elby hits Burry, curling off a screen. Penetration. Runner in the lane is short. Burry tips the rebound. It's tipped again all the way back into Galesburg's backcourt. And Elby chases it down. Then double dribble. Got away with it to Burry. Burry across the timeline with 32 seconds left. Cross-court pass finds Cameron Gay. Ball fake penetrate. Cameron Gay stops, goes up with a shot way too strong. Radovich with the offensive board for a moment. To Grant Gibson takes it away. And then gets fouled by Luka Radovich.
One of those shots that roll in and out. Right there could have cut that. At least a 4-point, if not a...
I wouldn't say either of those shots had a good chance of going in. Burry pulled the string on his runner, and then Cameron Gay shot his 10-footer 15 feet.
I'd like to see him hit that 3-pointer. He's capable of doing it.
Now Grant Gibson at the line, and his free throw is around the rim and off.
Come on, get up there.
20 seconds left. Quincy trails 42-37. Elby's got to pull the trigger on a 3 here. He does so. Top of the key. Fires. Off the iron. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Radovich has it. Power dribble. Oh, wow. He went up for a shot, and it hit the bottom of the backcourt. And then a foul on the rebound. I don't know what happened to Luka Radovic on that putback attempt, but he made his power dribble, went up, and it hit the underside of the backboard.
Well, he keeps looking at his left hand, so I think maybe he got a little foul on, but obviously no foul call. Zach Curry trying to plead the case with the official. Might just unusual for him to hit the bottom of that backboard that close.
They called the foul on Luka Radovic, but said that was his fourth foul. And now Grant Gibson has the double bonus. Galesburg came into the game, Matt, shooting under 58% as a team, and boy, they've shown why here in the fourth quarter.
Could hurt them in the long run.
Gibson makes the free throw.
Pretty well ices it right there.
14 points for Grant Gibson gives Galesburg a 43-37 lead. 9 seconds left. Second free throw by Gibson, good. Timeout Galesburg. We'll keep it right here. It's a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here. 44-37, Galesburg leads with 9 seconds left. And only a 6-point quarter for Quincy, Matt. And I don't think it's necessarily a case of bad offensive execution. It's just that the execution led to kids getting shot opportunities that maybe you don't necessarily want taking shots.
Well, I think we had one bad run, and that was a 7-point run difference, and we just haven't quite recovered from just that run. Other than that, we've been right there the whole game. It's just they went on a run, got up and down the court, which they hadn't done the whole game, sort of caught us off guard a little bit, and they've maintained that balance most of that time since then.
But it was 38-33 for how many possessions? At least 4, if not 5 possessions. 4. And Quincy just didn't get the right guys in the right positions to get shots off. They were open shots, but after the timeout, Jobelin bound to Lincoln Elby. Elby across the timeline, steams in the front court, puts up a 17-footer, short. Rebound Tyson Parks, and that'll do it. As Galesburg will get another hard-fought victory as Quincy gets outscored in the second half, 24-17. Galesburg wins it 44-37.